or they like actually get broken up and then new companies spun off of those. But I don't know. I don't know the answer.
I don't even know the question. But
At the end of the day, I think the only media outlet you got left that could actually do anything and entertain us anymore is movies. That's it. Movies,
is movies
movies,
is
and like cartoon shows.
the latest uh, uh, Avatar movie, the Fire of Ash.
We gotta end this because it's 12:15. We're almost at an hour. It's gonna be a short one today because
Uh,
it's before Christmas. Mike, we're not gonna do one next week, right?
I can't imagine we would unless we'd have to like record it this week. I would be my guess, but you probably can't.
Literally, today's Thursday. Fuck. Next Wednesday is the 24th, so definitely not. So, not the 31st either. So, we're going to skip 2 weeks, maybe, but maybe just one. It's because we're hosting Christmas. Yeah. I'll try. I'll try my best. We'll work it in. If you're open, you're open, you know?
We're definitely come back next year with season 3, and that's what we need to figure out next time. Think about it while you're pooping on the toilet. Economyofnothing at gmail.com. Let us know. Find us on Instagram or some bullshit.
Mike's going to have to join them
Let
all.
us know what you, let us know what the show should look like in season 3. I
Economy of
don't know. We'll
nothing.
see.
.com. Also, there's just nothing good. Oh, let's talk about Avatar 3. When the fuck did this come out? Let's just get into it. Let's get into it. Avatar 3.
It comes out like today.
When the fuck was this movie
Yeah.
made? Like, did this just happen? Like, I saw Avatar 2. It took like from 1 to 2. It took like 20 years, it felt like. And now like 2 to 3 feels like 2 years. And this is the same dude that's like, AI is gonna ruin movies. Bro, there ain't no way that you didn't make that movie Avatar 3 without AI. There's just no way. I'm sorry. There's no way.
I'm sure they did. I think, oh my goodness. Oh, yeah. Wait, is this the show? Should we say welcome to the show?
Oh, hi everyone. Welcome back to the Economy of Nothing
By the way,
podcast.
I liked last week
I'm
when we did.
I'm just gonna
when we
do
did our
new ones all the
NPR
time.
voices.
So maybe stop
Okay.
interrupting me. All right, 3, 2,
But there's a
1.
shit. No, I'm just kidding. Not every
3,
week.
2, 1. Hi everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Economy of Nothing podcast. I'm your host, Mike Allen, the man, the myth, the legend, aka Mr. Green, aka Business Mike.
I hate this.
I am here today, followed by my co-host, Captain Tracy, aka Mike Cadone, aka the Kanye West of cartooning. Mike, say hello.
You can just call me Cart Jesus.
Nobody
I don't
cares.
know.
On
How
this
does
week's
that
episode
work?
of the Economy of Nothing, we're talking about Avatar 3 and how it's probably stupid and sucks. And James Cameron can just literally do anything else, honestly. We're going to talk about Mike wants to do a little bit more skitting and scatting on the
Ooh,
radio.
and shitting and shatting, baby.
Do a little
Yeah.
improv, a little do skits for something. Maybe we talk about J.J. Abrams' Mystery Box, which is basically the segment where we could talk about anything we want. Anything else, Mike?
It is a
I mean,
fun
we're just gonna
segment.
make it up today. It's before Christmas. Get over it. And if you are listening,
Well,
thanks for listening. Go to
get over it.
economyofnothing.com.
It
Like,
is before
subscribe, share, and
Christmas.
review. Do whatever you got to do. All right, Mike. Avatar 3.
We're putting the Christ back into Christmas.
No, are we? Here's a thought, Mike.
Sure.
Here's a thought. I had this thought, and it's a good icebreaker. I thought to myself, in society, in
Are we
today's
not already
society,
broken?
capitalism is mostly founded by religious, like Puritan beliefs of like not having gangbangs all the time.
Okay.
So, from like a species sense, we're like the
Right.
only species that
Is that
isn't
true?
just like going around just banging. You know, like every other animal just bangs to bang and procreate, and like we're over here like afraid to be naked.
We're not the
You know, like
asexual.
is
Okay.
all of religion just designed to be like, guys, you can't have gangbangs because if you have gangbangs all the time, you're not going to want to participate in capitalism.
mean, yeah. I mean, it's one of those things where, you can replace capitalism with anything, right? Like you need people to buy into society, right? But there's never been like a society that like it's yeah. You got to control people somehow, I guess, Mike. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
I think that most people want to be good people, you know? So like I think it doesn't take much. I think it just telling people that like they're going to go to hell usually works, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I
Generally.
mean, yeah, usually. It's almost easier to
Is the ice
be
broke?
ignorant. No, yeah, it's definitely broken.
No, no, I just
But
no, it's just like one of those things where like, yeah, I don't know, like I don't have a good into like, yeah, no, religion's like kind of bullshit and just controlling people, man.
I know,
Like, you
but
know what I mean?
hear me
Like,
out. Hear me out. Like I understand though why. Like I understand why you would want to be under control because if you really get down to it, it's like people accept the lie because it gives the meaning to the suffering. Because if you didn't accept the lie, then in your mind the suffering wouldn't matter because then it was just like, well, there's
it's the
it-
it's the
but I
it's
mean
the
like
my vote doesn't
shouldn't we like
count.
dude,
It's
the Indians were right, bro. Okay? That's what it comes down to. We shouldn't own the land. We should just exist on the land in ways, right? I don't know.
yeah, I mean,
Do we really need all
it's
this?
it's it's
you know?
well, like it's like you think about it, it's the wheat trap, Mike. Like what level of society can you go back to, right? Of like who's gonna make sure you get left alone, right?
Yeah, well, think about this, Mike.
You?
Squirrels didn't create banks for squirrels. There's no squirrel depositories for
No,
acorns. That's
but
what I'm
like
just saying. Like,
but
as the
it's
most
too
sentient, conscious animal, this is why you accept the lie of religion. Is because when you really start to think about it, everything's kind of fucking crazy. And it's almost like,
yeah.
oh yeah,
Like
I'd rather go back the other way.
isn't it
In some
easier to
ways,
just
yeah.
accept that there's something more powerful than you and
But
like
then that makes me
it's
think
all good. Like
then that makes me think that maybe we're all gods and the power is
you
within us because when you actually start to believe in yourself, you do great things. And then that's another level of crazy. Like, okay, so then we're all gods compared to all these other creatures. Then who created a god? A super god.
Well, did you ever see that episode of Futurama where Bender gets a meteor on his butt? Have we talked about this? It
No,
feels like a thing we would have talked about on this show.
no.
Do you know the episode I'm talking about? So there's an episode of Futurama where Bender gets like shot into space, and it's funny. They shoot him out the front of the ship, and they were going at the fastest speed they could, so they'd never be able to catch up to him because he's going faster than them. It's funny. Physics, funny. But anyway, he ends up getting like some like little aliens stuck on him, and they think he's his god, and it's like hard for him to be their god or whatever. But my only point was going to be that like yeah, but like it's like the Men in Black when it's like, oh, you're just inside a marble that's inside another thing that's
Yeah.
like that's like the thing that blows my like that's the part where when people think about what's this and what's that and I'm like the idea that our universe is probably nothing of interest to something else. Do you know
Okay,
what I mean? Like
so
I'm
pause
watching.
there. This is the exact feeling, right? Okay, so when I tell you earlier on the Patreon, go to the Patreon if you want to get this whole thing. Earlier I was doing a VR meta supernatural workout, and I was telling Mike how like I got in the flow state where my mind like turned off and I was just hitting these targets. But I also like got this runner's high all of a sudden, and it made me like kind of lightheaded, where I felt like I was I don't know, just more in tune with the interface than normal, if that makes sense. Like I was like more there in the virtual space than I'd ever realized before. And it made me realize it's like, what if this is like our brains when we go to sleep? Like, what if we are just someone logging into an interface that feels real? Like, 'cause in this moment where this like runner's highs flow state, like I was getting so like nauseous and sick because I felt like I was too in the VR interface world. Like, it kinda felt like I was a human in a human, in a way. And
Yeah.
that's what blew my mind. It's like, well, what if you close your eyes and you're just some dude that wakes up out of a bed that's also in an interface, and then that dude's some dude that's also in an interface. Crazy, right? I
Well, well,
know.
no, but like you wouldn't. But in this scenario,
You
your
could be a video
consciousness
game within a
is
video game
on a
within a video
different
game. We've
level.
seen that. We've seen 2 layers of video games deep. Like, they have video games within video games, right? So, in life,
I'm just pretty sure that I'm here.
I'm definitely here, but you don't know where you
Does
go
that
when
make
you're
any sense?
asleep. There's no way you would know where you're.
But also like in a way I feel completely
I'm just talking
disconnected
like
from
yeah,
everything else.
conscious-wise.
But like
Conscious-wise.
but my brain
Yeah.
in a way that like, oh well, how could there be anything else really other like when I sit here thinking about it sometimes, like I'm like, well, is there even anything behind me? Like if I'm not,
Dude, I think
I
about that
can't
too.
see the
Where you're
reflection
like,
of
am
it,
I only
like,
seeing what's in front of me? Do other parts of it's that in the trees. If you
well,
hear
we
something
talked
happen,
about
does it
this.
exist or not? And you're like, well, I mean, if
We
existence is
talked
through
about
my fucking
this.
eyes right now, then no.
Yeah, you'll see it in some shorts later this week or whatever. Last week when we were talking about the idea that like, well, everything you think and feel and whatever is just a reaction to stimuli being like, your brain
I know that freaks
interpolating
me
it and
out
then
when I
like
think
whatever.
about that. It's like a nerve. It's just like
Well, the like
the
the
most intricate engine that also.
and also
But see, like
it's
animals
like,
have
but
engines
think
too,
about
but we
this.
can think freely outside of
But
the engine.
think about this, Mike. I want you to think about this because this is the thing that was like fucking me up, and I just thought about it again, right? But like, it isn't a place. It is that actual stimuli, like the nervous system reaction, like is you, right?
Yeah.
Because like we think about it as like going to your brain, but that's just like where kind of like the most of it. Like you're not like in your brain, right? Because then it has to like bounce back to other parts of you, right?
Can I
It's like
add to
that
that?
back and
Can I
forth.
add to that? All
Yes.
right, so you know
Sure, man,
your inner
whatever.
voice.
It's,
You know
we're
no,
recording
who
late.
cares, man? Inner
No, just
voice.
tell
So like your
the
inner voice, your inner dialogue, your inner JD from Scrubs narrative, right? The person talking in here. When you really start to reflect on it, the voice in here in the middle, like that's talking to you, is that especially like if you're triggered by something and you have a response from it, that is not your voice. That's not your inner voice. That's your parents. That's whoever affected you and like taught you as parents because like there are times when I am literally like, that's not what I want to say, but it's
right.
how I
Well,
react. It's crazy.
I'll tell you something. Sometimes when I'm in like my like most like in me moments or something or whatever, like my eyes go to like a particular like out of focus position. Like I do feel like a difference between thinking in the front of my head and when I can like sink down like I don't know if it's so much about where it is in my brain, but like I do feel a difference between front me and
Like
back
yeah,
me.
like reactionary me that's like
Is
dug in, subconscious me, and
or
then
like
like
me that
front
me that can
me,
like just
yeah.
like when my eyes are up and like looking out and forward, I'm like it's a very different like thought process than like if I can like kind of like look down and back and through things for a second and kind of like I don't know fall back into myself perhaps is
Mike,
a
so let me
terminology I could
say
say.
this is a great way for you to animate the scene from the economy of nothing planet that's all made out of drugs, so we could be driving the car through like the rainbow planets. We're getting a contact high, so I think that would be funny to
Great.
animate all of that.
Could we have like
And that could be the skit at the end. You can tie in your stuff, and it's like, wait, what are we talking about?
we we need yeah, we need some sort of like meta layer like that. I was even thinking about bringing back us as cartoon characters to
Dude,
bounce
that was
back in the layers as we were thinking about before. I was thinking about bringing that back, but I was yeah, like if imagine we're on some sort of like hallucinogenic drug planet driving, and like we're just like
with the
off
windows
topic.
down.
And there
Yeah.
has to be like this is like a moment where you could like introduce like the Rangers, and they're up in the moonshine, and they're like other versions of us being like,
What are you
What are
doing?
you guys talking about? It doesn't make any sense. They're just going in
Yeah.
circles.
Yeah, no, this is quite the episode of the podcast. Welcome to the Economy of Nothing podcast. It is.
It's late.
Let's talk about YouTube's rollout. Let's talk about Google's rollout of AI. What do you say?
Okay, yeah. Also,
Let's
I
have
heard
it. Let's have a good time with that.
YouTube's gonna get the Grammys in like 2027. So like the Academy Awards are
The Oscars.
Oscars.
The
You know
Oscars.
the
There you
the
go.
Academy, Mike. The Academy.
They're too good. They're too good for streaming movies, but they're not too good for streaming television, I guess, or whatever.
What's crazy is that YouTube got it before Apple.
I don't know. It's
You'd
really
think-
not crazy. YouTube's free and everywhere. So.
But YouTube, it's one of those things where I don't even know if the people reporting the story knows the story they're reporting. I'm like, is it going to be on YouTube or on YouTube TV? Because like the NFL Sunday like YouTube TV is a cable provider, right? Do you know what I mean?
Oh, no.
That's different than if like somehow it's exclusive on YouTube.
It's all just
but,
repackaged,
whatever.
Mike. It's a fugazi. Whatever. Doesn't
Continue to not care about the Oscars, if that's okay with everyone else,
Yeah.
except for to remind everyone that I guess the last one to care that Chris Rock got slapped, which I guess, whatever. they're going Men in Black, they're coming back to your boy.
Cancel culture's
Will
dead,
Smith.
Mike. Don't you know that?
Was it ever real? I
No,
don't think so.
I think it's all
right.
Who?
Who?
All right, here's
who
me.
got it?
Here's
No
me.
one,
I
right?
do have a theory.
Okay.
And I think George Carlin will get behind it. I think that Hollywood.
Invoking the patron saint of the
Hear
podcast.
Hear me out. I think the Trump dinner
Huh?
was strategy and tactic. And I think certain people at that dinner have been assigned to do certain things for Trump in order to steer the ship back. And I have no way of proving
Could
this.
I
It's just
ask you-
assumption. No,
could
let
I
me
ask-
finish.
Could I
If you look
okay.
at any reels now, everything is just like, at least on mine. I know other people have other stuff, but like it's so celebrity driven. I feel like there's so much just like your phones become like the tabloids, and I think that they're just gonna keep trying to distract us with that more so than ever. Like, and whether you like it or not, like you're gonna have to give a shit about these celebrities when it's all said and done. That's it. That's all I want to say.
Could I ask you a question as a man not as plugged in, or one might say brainwashed as you?
I'm not brainwashed, Mike.
Um,
I'm not brainwashed because I really try not to look at it. It's only every now and then. So like it's like I'm not
I
even
mean,
liking anything.
all your
and it
ideas
just comes up and it's like,
real.
what the fuck is this guy talking
Sure,
about?
okay. But
I really don't even hit the like button.
What is? This is a very basic. Sorry, I'm sorry I came at you so hot. Let me bring it back down to an NPR
You
level
go
for
fuck
you.
yourself.
What is the Trump dinner?
Oh,
I don't
you
know.
nothing about that? That was like, I don't know, like 3 months ago, where he had like
Okay, he just
the
had
dude
dinner
from
with people.
OpenAI, the dude from Nvidia, the dude from Meta, with Mark Zuckerberg, Elon Musk. This was back when Doge was a thing, and it was like, I mean, you couldn't escape it. They were just putting it on every news outlet, and they were having like a dinner, and then like it was all political theater. Is my point, and this whole thing, I think this whole thing has always been some sort of theater, and maybe it's on the global scale now, where everybody like, if there are deals being made, it's just like for jazz hands, headlines and shit, right? Like, because they're not like none of it, like, right? I mean, how does
So
that's just what it
I
feels
guess I
like.
didn't know the Trump dinner. I
That was
didn't
a
know it had
while
a
ago,
name.
yeah.
I didn't know it was I didn't know it was fucking Watergate. But
That's what it feels like. Yeah.
But
I think you're gonna find a
yeah,
lot of, and by the next administration, you're gonna find out a lot of shady shit.
well, I think to go back to like your question before about like why do we live in a society, and I've been watching some Sons of Anarchy, Mike. So obviously I have a lot of thoughts. Also, I understand why that's your favorite show. And am I remembering that correctly? That it's your favorite.
It used
show?
to be one of my favorite shows back. Back. I mean, I don't know if it lives up to it today, but why do you think it was my favorite show at the time?
All right. Well, first of all, it's I mean, first of all, it's burn notice. I don't know what to tell you,
It
right?
is burn notice.
Like,
It is chopper burn notice. I do know that much.
It's like, you know, it's trying to be, you know, like the shield of like the bad guys or something, but it's burn because he's doing like, you know, it's video game every week. Hey, we have this really important biker thing, but a side quest if you don't mind,
Yeah.
to do something else, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's kind of fun. I mean, it's very dumb. And my brain's broken now thinking about this stuff because I see it so much in like, oh, these are the characters they have, and these are the locations they have, and this is where, you know, this is where they're gonna go or whatever. But anyway, it's a fun show.
So I can
But is
I can prove
anyway. What
I
were
know
we talking about?
that the stock market's about to go up again, and I can prove it. And this is not financial advice, but because last night I go on Amazon, I'm like, oh man, I just want to watch something. And it's like, oh, well, hello, Amazon, cyclical, right before Christmas. Fallout Season 2 comes on, and I watch it. And you know what? I don't think people really understand yet what Amazon has on their hands from like a nihilistic type of storytelling device with Fallout. Like I see the potential they're going with it now, and it kind of feels like economy of nothing-ish, and like how they're gonna show. I don't know. It's just it feels very like, well, what do you do at the end of the world? Well, you just do what you always do. You just, manage and sell. It feels
Yeah.
fun, and I had a good time with it. And I'm like, oh yeah, dude, I forgot. This is definitely gonna rally. You guys are they're holding stuff. We forget that they're always holding shit back from us. We are the product, not them.
Yeah. Sorry, I had a text message.
Do you think when they sang that song, "We
No, yeah,
are the world," where they're like, "We are the products for the services where we own nothing and be happy in the economy of nothing."
yeah. I mean, you'd think, right? Like that's what's like. This is the thing where I'm like, nah, some fuck shit's happening,
Some
right?
fuck shit's
Because
happening,
like
bro. The ice wall, bro.
what I would do, like what you would do is if your business worked the way you'd think their business worked, right? And it wasn't all just advertising, which it is. We'll talk about Instagram a little later. Um, like you would use like the fact that everyone was on Amazon to buy gifts right now to like advertise for your less popular streaming service like late hey after the holidays we have all these great shows coming out, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like that's not how they're doing it. They're like stacking all their stuff at the same time cuz they're out of ideas, so they're pumping. What if we put our blockbuster movies and our blockbuster toys and all of our stuff at the exact same time? Look how big the number is, right? Like Amazon's gonna be like, look how much numbers we did this year. Like added to the fact that like they're throwing all the spaghetti at the thing, right?
Spaghetti.
Do you not get what I mean? Does that make any sense?
My thing is,
Like, isn't that how you would do? Like, if you were gonna like if you were a company that like thought about what you were doing.
I don't think many of them think. Honestly,
Yeah,
I don't
like
think as much strategy goes into it as people think. Like maybe for some big stuff, but like there's just no way on a day-to-day basis. There's just not that much that gets done
yeah,
on a day-to-day basis.
that's what like this is what I'm trying to say, right? This is my like this is my magnum opus or whatever. Like this is like the thing I'm trying to say is like, yeah, man, like everyone just doing their job, everyone just following orders, right?
It feels like
Hey,
Office Space.
no one's
Yeah.
doing any
Yeah.
like what it feels like Auschwitz. Like
I mean, I wouldn't put it like that. That's a big
no, Mike,
comparison.
no, I like what like Mike, like what I'm trying to tell you is when people are doing like really shitty fucking things to you, they'll be like, "Hey man, it's just my job," right? Like that's what they said in the fucking concentration camps, man. They were like, "Hey, we're just following orders. We're just doing our job." What's the difference between just following orders and just doing your job, Mike?
I know. I just like, why did you have to go like super dark with it? Have you been taking your multivitamin?
Because
Have you been taking your
it's
multivitamin?
the
You're
it's the
lacking on
night.
vitamin D. You've been in darkness for too long. I can tell you're very pale. You look like you're low on blood
I
too. Have you been
haven't.
donating plasma in your unemployment?
No, no, no. But my point, first of all, no, it's not gonna make any sense because the captain has a nice tan, Mike. But no, I did get off the rails there. But my point was that like,
Yeah. Well,
yeah, like no one does anything,
yes.
and then
Somehow
like
that's
things
like
are
a
just getting worse.
concentration camp. It's the comparison you made. I mean, I just don't. I think there's better. There's
No.
better
But
comparisons
like,
you can do. Like,
Mike,
man,
how do you no? How do you think that happens, dude?
I don't know, man.
Because a bunch of people do things.
I think
No. Like what I'm saying is like you're like I don't know. I'm like no. Here's the explanation, and you're like, well, I'm not sure. And I'm like, well, give me a different one,
I kind of
right?
don't know what you're talking about. I just checked out a little bit. You said
No.
concentration camp, and I was like, I don't like where it's going. I stopped listening.
Well, I said Auschwitz, but your face looks blankly. What I was talking about.
Because I was just like,
The
we're
next
gonna
sentence I
like,
said
what could you
concentration camp.
possibly use as an example to compare against Auschwitz to have
Well,
any validity in my fucking head?
I was trying to transition to that scene from X-Men, one of the bad X-Men movies, where they go to Auschwitz and Magneto rips it apart with his magnetism.
Oh yeah.
While like,
Yeah, I remember that.
while like Psylocke's there in her fucking like stripper outfit.
Isn't
How is this worse than that? And that was directed by a pedophile and owned by fucking Rupert Murdoch or whatever. Like, leave me alone.
what the fuck is going on?
I don't know. What were we haven't hit any of our topics, nor did I remember what we were even talking about.
I think it's just gonna be one of those rambly episodes, you know?
Yeah, okay. So, Mike, let's talk about Instagram.
All right.
How often should I talk a little bit about your use of Instagram? Do not comment below. I repeat, do not comment below and say anything about Mike Allen's use of Instagram, please. Don't comment below is what I'm saying. Feel free to not do it and like and subscribe.
Or don't.
But
like
Mike, tell me about your Instagram use because I want to like figure out how often I should put videos up and stuff, or what I should do. What do you look at? How are you perusing? What are you doing? Don't hold back. This is a safe space.
YouTube one just shows me Breaking Bad clips for some reason, and then on Instagram I just look at it and it's always just like, I don't know, man. I just feel like they turn on the bullshit when they don't want me to pay attention. Is what it feels like. Because it's like,
So
it'll be like,
you go to like.
I don't even like looking
no,
at
I'm
it. It's all
talking more-
fucking ads and shit.
I know. I'm talking more. Yeah, but like we need to find the audience, Mike. We're bouncing up and down. We're in the high 90s. We're not going anywhere. You know, we have to. I got all lost, but that's why we're going to talk about it. YouTube started passing their algorithm through Gemini, and it's all fucked now.
Yeah. Well, they'll bring it back. It'll be fine.
Yeah, I know. But Mike, I'm so stuck at being stuck at 9 to 7 subscribers, Mike. I look at it and it's laughing in my face, Mike. And I'm like, I've tagged everything.
So first off,
I've tagged it all, Mike.
Dude, is it going to fucking matter if we have 150 subscribers or 1 million subscribers? It only matters when you've over 1 million. So like one day it's just going to fucking happen.
I know.
It's going to happen over like some trendy bullshit on probably shit that you don't even like. That one John Hamm meme, there's the guy that did the artist. He was like, when your song from 20 years ago all of a sudden goes viral and everybody knows who you are. And he's like, yeah, he's made money and shit, but like nobody knew who that fucking guy was. And it was the artist. And it happened without him even knowing it, really. Like, so like, yeah. I'm just saying it's going to happen when it happens. It's just, and I understand that you were like, I need it to happen. And I think that's great. And I know it'll eventually happen because Mike Badon's on the case. But don't worry about the fucking number. The number is going to do big jumps whether you like watch it or not.
Yeah. All right. Well, you know, I'm trying to be dramatic, Mike. But anyway,
I was just being hopeful. I don't know. Is that You don't like
Well, I
hopefulness?
don't know. I don't like it very much, honestly.
The only thing at this point that I can see is either new companies are created that they buy, or they like actually get broken up and then new companies spun off of those. But I don't know. I don't know the answer.
I don't even know the question. But
At the end of the day, I think the only media outlet you got left that could actually do anything and entertain us anymore is movies. That's it. Movies and like cartoon shows.
like the latest Avatar movie, the Fire of Ash.
We gotta end this because it's 12:15. We're almost at an hour. It's gonna be a short one today because it's before Christmas. Mike, we're not gonna do one next week, right?
I can't imagine we would unless we'd have to like record it this week. I would be my guess, but you probably can't.
Literally, today's Thursday. Fuck. Next Wednesday is the 24th, so definitely not. So, not the 31st either. So we're gonna skip 2 weeks, maybe, but maybe just one. It's because we're hosting Christmas. Yeah, I'll try. I'll try my best. We'll work it in. If you're open, you're open. You know.
We're definitely come back next year with season 3, and that's what we need to figure out next time. Think about it while you're pooping on the toilet. economyofnothing@gmail.com. Let us know. Find us on Instagram or some bullshit.
Mike's gonna have to join them all.
Let us know what let us know what the show should look like in season 3.
Economy of nothing.
We'll see.
.com.